sheds friends.
He sheds friends like lizard shed skins. Hold on right quick. Let me go here. All right, let's do this. Hit play.
I have shed friends every season of my life. My close circle has always been very, very small. Very, very small. Very, very small. Very small. Non-existent. I also feel like I grow really quickly because I don't hold on to things long. The moment something doesn't provide me value, I shed it. I think about my life in 3 to 5 year seasons. I'm like, everyone wants to be rich. One of the reasons that I cut people out sooner than most is because I do not like the labels that they speak over me. One of the big things with identity is the labels that we say about ourselves. I am X. I am impatient. I am angry. I am whatever, right? I am poor. I don't like saying it. People in your past have the identity that they know you as, and then they will speak and they will beat that label into you because you're not matching their pattern. Why have you changed? You are X, you are Y, and you're trying to not be that because you're doing something different than changing. You're growing. But they see it as change. And that's why the best response in the world to someone who says, hey, you've changed, is to say, yeah, you haven't.
Boom. Yo.
That was good. I didn't get that for a second. You're like, boom. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Now I got what he's saying.
He's like, yeah.
You changed. Yeah, you have it. Oh, bro, man, that's awesome.
Verbal Aikido. I love it. It's verbal Aikido at its best. It's like, you've changed. Well, you haven't.
You haven't.
But think about it, though. It's like what he was saying. I call this section why old friends can hold you back, right? So, it's a close group. He doesn't really have a close group of friends. He doesn't really have, he even said it at the very beginning. He's like, it's non-existent, So his circle of friends is like his mainly exists of his wife and maybe one other person that he really talks to, because I mean, honestly, I should have did my due diligence to like kind of give his whole story, but I don't want to like kind of break it up. But basically, Alex Hormozy is he's a self-made millionaire, right? He's I don't know how else to describe it. Like I would really have to take some time to kind of like formulate it all in my head. But the guy started his life very young at achieving. Like he achieved top security clearance. Like I forget by which age. By the time
I thought he was working for them when he was in his early 20s.
Yeah,
like 1920.
Yeah, no. He started out doing all of this stuff early in life, and his dad was his father was an immigrant from Iran, and he ran from his country. Now let me stop.
But didn't he want him to be a doctor?
Yeah, he wanted him to be a doctor, but he actually got into military doing like cybersecurity type stuff, and he had like a secret security clearance, and he just hated it all. Right? He was like, "This is not who I am. I don't even want to be here." Like honestly, he was even talking about contemplating death at one point in time. He's like, what is there to live for? So he decided and this was that thing that I sent you a little while back to listen to. I think it was like an hour-long interview he did with this guy.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the time he was saying that he couldn't really talk to anybody at the kitchen table because it was all about, my military background and access and crap like that. That's it.
That's part of the same video as well, but for the most part it was, I don't know.
You picking up them in the background?
Oh yeah, but it's all good though.
Shush.
No, you don't tell them to shush.
That's what Roger said.
I did not. Please don't tell her that.
He did.
Whatever, dude. But yeah, long story short, he really got his life together. He got on to the path that he wanted. He did his thing. He did what he wanted to do, and now he's successful. But kind of like what he alluded to earlier, he's like, he doesn't even want to say, he's poor. He's like, I don't even like saying it. because the crux of that is the old friends that you hang around, like, your past, I know my past, and we get around old friends that know us. They're like, hey, you still do that thing. You be like, yeah, no, I don't even do that no more. Matter of fact, don't even bring that up now. That's not even me. They look at you and they're like, yeah, no, I remember you used to do. You don't want to be stuck with those labels, especially if you're trying to grow. You know what I mean? You're trying to grow. You're trying to be more than what you are. You don't want to be stuck with those labels, and those labels, they stick with you like glue if you don't shake them off, because it's like I was telling you before, what you think about, and if you no longer think about those things, you don't want to be identified as those things. So one of the things he made note of, the price of success. Not many are willing to pay it. And I mean, think about it. What are you willing to give up for success? What are we willing to give up for success, huh?
My job, no working anymore. Doing something else, my own business.
Yeah, but more than that, because we're talking about friends at this point, What relationship are you willing to? This is a quote that Kobe said, and he's going to say it later on in this video. I cheated. I watched this video a couple of times. I had to write the overview, so
that's messed up. Wait, I'm going in here blindly.
Well, I mean, that you didn't have to. It's okay. It's fine. I told you, man. We got this. This is episode number 1. We ain't even say welcome to the show or nothing like that. We just hit record.
Welcome to the test show.
Welcome to the
show. This isn't going live yet.
Oh yeah, no, this thing is going live. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, hillbilly on this side.
Holy crap!
City man on this side.
Like a mullet in your mouth. A mullet in your mouth. Party in the whatever.
Business in the front. Party in the back. We're on the side. I look like donkey. But what is it? It says yeah, we already went by that. The old friends call you by your labels,
Yeah.
Those labels that we used to go by are no longer a part of us the older we get, but nobody wants to be stuck with those labels. I mean, you don't want to be stuck being called Cad Boy for the rest of your life, right?
No, I don't. And now that you bring this up like that, though, it is kind of crazy because forever it's like I've always been known as like the jokester, the carefree guy, kind of like not lazy, but I kind of do. After watching this video, it's kind of making me want to change my life, like change it, because I am like stagnant. I'm kind of like predictable. I kind of want to do something different, and that's why I'm venturing on this podcast with you and seeing what comes out this and changing.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, but that's what we're doing, man. We're on an adventure, man. We're taking a side quest of life. Like we don't want to be stuck at the same job like we used to be. I mean, we're 40. Well, I'm 41.
42.
You're 42. We're just
22 years of doing the same crap over and over.
Right.
I'm like kind of done.
Ditto.
Yeah.
But let's keep moving with the video because it gets even more interesting. Like I said, it's an 8-minute video, so
okay.
Let's let it ride.
The amount you like or love someone is directly proportional to what you're willing to give up to maintain the relationship. For example, if there's a piece of shit car, right, and you work on it all the time, you might say, that guy must really love it because of how much time he puts into that thing. This guy must really love his country because he's willing to give his life for it. What are you willing to give in exchange to maintain the relationship? If you're not willing to... And I am a big believer in utility. There is an exchange in every relationship. You get something and they get something back. People don't like the idea that relationships are transactional, but they are. Transactional just has a commercial vibe to it, but if we just think about it as from a behavior standpoint, you've got two things that can happen. Behavior is reinforced or it is punished. Do cut it off. When you have exchange, the people who we're surrounded with when we grow up, it's very unlikely, just from a population standpoint, that they're going to be great. Statistically, that they're going to be the top 1% or 0.1% is unlikely. So it would make sense that you change your friends over time. Why behave in this way? And I don't accept that reality as truth.
All right. Yeah, I stopped a little early there. So what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts? What kind of...
I like that. Like how he said that, man, you know what these podcasts are going to do to my brain? They're going to start making me listen.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing.
Dude, you know how I have selective hearing? I'm trying to recall. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm telling myself I have selective hearing.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
And you don't. Because trust me, if I say, you know, booty, you oh, tits. Where?
What was it? Oh man. No, okay. So he was saying about the friends. I'm trying to clear this up. So he's saying like the ones that party and like
we can back it up. You want me to back it up?
Blah. No, you can help me.
Okay. No. Yeah, sure. I can help you. Yeah, he was talking about letting new friends come into your old friends' lives to kind of replace you, basically, right? So, like you were saying, it's like, hey, come on, man, let's go out, and you're like, yeah, we can go out, but you know, I don't drink anymore. Oh man, come on, man, you're not gonna drink. Well, if a new friend comes along, he's like, yeah, shots all around. Now he can have fun with that friend, and those friends can interact with each other, and this is good. And the positive thing for that is that old friend that you don't really have the relationship. There's no love loss. It's just that he's not on the same wavelength as you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But maybe you can bring him up to that wavelength, right?
Maybe. And see, the thing is, the title of his video is Why Old Friends Keep You Poor. So the crux of that is, are you around people, are you around friends that aren't moving you in the direction that you need to go? Are you being held back by friendships that you just hold on to because they're friends, you know, although they don't offer any kind of value? You get what I'm saying? That's basically what he was getting at that part.
Well, thank God I work so much, because I have a lot of long distance friends. And it's always like this all the time.
Yeah.
But since you've been in my life, you've always been constantly encouraging me to do better and up my game in my life, be a better father, better husband. So you are important in my life right now. So, you know, you gotta do the digital tear, right?
No. I'm gonna pull a digital tampon and just gotta swing it. I'm just messing with you, bro. Hey, look, I appreciate that, man, because a lot of this is not possible without you being here. You know what I'm saying? Out of all of my friends, I have friends that go back like before facial hair that I can't do this with. I just simply can't. And they kind of...
I get it. Yeah. I have a lot of friends too that I still talk to, and we're good friends. You know, you're just off in your own life.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own life, your own family, you're busy, and sometimes you don't want to change because you're just busy in life.
Yeah.
But right now, it's like I'm stuck in being in the same vicious cycle all the time. And I'm like, I need something new.
Yeah.
Prayed about it. And then you come along, hey, let's try this out. And I'm like,
yeah, why not?
I don't like showing my face. I feel all kinds of weirdness, but I'm like, whatever.
All right.
It'll pass.
So
it'll be good.
For the people who are watching this, or the people who will watch this video, I've told him this before. His face is the same face he meets people with his entire life. And so...
No, my face changes.
Our faces changes all the time. It changes as we age. It changes as we go through stress or happiness. Like when I'm like my happy, I spread when I'm at my happiness.
Wait, say that again.
No, yeah, shut up. Wait, let me finish my thought.
When I'm happiest,
I spread. No, when I'm at my happiest, I tend to spread like pancake batter. You know, I just get fatter and fatter because I'm comfortable, you know, but I have to change that because I can't keep this weight up. Like today, I felt really good because I put on a shirt that's usually like kind of tight fitting and it was too big. And I was like, dang,
that's good.
I don't have no shirts now. It's like, bro, pick a lane, be happy about something. Now you're like not as fat as you used to be, but now you don't have any shirts. And I'm like, crap, I got to spend more money on shirts. But, you know, that's not
a good thing.
Huh?
That's a good thing. That means you're taking your health back.
Yeah, it means I'm taking it back. I got to take it back by force. So I wanted to mention something. So he touched on utility is a part of a successful relationship, right? And I wrote input and output. And the reason why I did that is because I thought of us. You know, we have a utility. Our utility is this show right now. Our utility is something that I have some input, you always have output, and it's a winning combination when you can have input and output with an individual.
I need some assistance though sometimes with that.
Well, it's okay. We all need assistance, but that's why we're here. You know, it's transactional in nature as well. Like transactional, he did say that. He was like, a lot of people don't like friendships to, you know, it sounds weird when you say, oh, well, our friendship is transactional. Well, think about it. If you call me and you had a really bad day and I'm like, yeah, all right, dude, I'll talk to you later. I gave you no value. When you told me about what happened this weekend, you know, I'm like, oh, snap. I had to stop what I was doing and listen to you, right? I usually do, but I had to really dig in and be like, whoa, this happened. And wow. I mean, because all I heard was, we're going to go see Black Adam. But the beautiful thing is what you tied into that made me go and go see the movie too, because of the two reasons. It's like life is short. Family is all we have. And you know what? I've been working so hard. Let me take these wonderful people I live with out to go see a movie so we can enjoy it as a family, because life is short. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So I thought
kids are growing up. People are getting old.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. The limited time we have.
Yeah. So, and like I said, bro, we're hurtling towards death at a daily pace. We're in our 40s. We got to do something different. And there's going to be people watching this show, watching us speak to each other in our respective locations, right? And they gonna want the same thing too. They're gonna want to know a way out. You know, this is the whole purpose of why we're doing this, so that way they can see the beginning of our journey and possibly spark something in them. Be like, if these two dummies can do it, now let me stop. if these two dads can do this, you know, like we're literally busy all the time. This poor man never gets to shave. I never get a chance to cut my hair.
Yeah.
It's like, and we look at each other like,
the iPhone.
Nah, bro. $22 headphones from Walmart. We bootstrapped this show together, y'all. So if you're watching this and you're finding this like, man, look at this. I'm looking at this thing. It's bootstrapped together. Episode 1, we're recording on my computer. He has no time. So his input is literally just like, okay, I'll be there. And the rest, we put it together as best we can, and we're providing some sort of commentary on this video. I might even cut this whole part out. We have no idea.
I was just thinking that we ran off in this tangent.
No, but you know what? This tangent is good because this tangent is real, right? Because it's about cutting off friends. This whole thing is about what kind of friends cultivate you. Are they bringing good things in your life, or are they not bringing good things in your life? Right?
I don't really have that too much. Most of my friends are always supportive of me and helping out. I am always stuck in this negative mindset, which I need to change, like, amazingly. Like, I'm amazing. I need to change,
Amazingly.
like, I need to change it. So, with you in my life, you've been helping me to change the attitude, getting those books that I need to read,
that you still
changing my
haven't
whole
done.
mind. Yeah, I got to page 3 in about 3 weeks.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, I can't say anything bad about my friends. My friends have always been trying to push me, but I'm always too scared. But as I'm getting older, I'm willing to take that leap now, because it's like, you got to make that change somehow.
Gotta make the change. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep moving forward. I like the thought process there. You know what?
Oh, look at that! I pushed it twice, and
What?
all 3 videos came up on my screen.
That's what
So I see you in the middle, me in the video.
That's what
I had it where I was only showing the one.
That's what I was trying to get you to do earlier.
You gotta tap it twice.
Yeah, I said that, but somebody wasn't listening. They decided, I can't do it. Now let me stop.
Maybe by episode 3, I'll be able to start listening.
You really found your voice in episode 5086.
Little old timer.
Oh man.
Okay, go on.
All right, here we go. Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Many of the people I had around me, A, weren't willing to pay the price that I was willing to pay for the things that I wanted, but also wanted me to give them more than I was willing to. And so I'll give you a story that will paint me in a bad light, and that's fine. There was a teacher that I grew up with in high school, and he's the one who stayed with me after school for a year and worked out with me. 2 hours a day, and he taught me how to work out. I got in shape, got more confidence, better at school. From there, that snowballed into me getting into fitness. Huge catalyst snowball. Somebody heard that story and then found the teacher, and they linked us. He was like, hey man, I'm not asking for a lot. I would love to just have like a 2-hour call with you every week. I was like, 2-hour call? Every week? Maybe I am. I was not willing to give 2 hours a week, 100 hours a year, for the rest of my life to pay a debt for somebody who worked out with me. Because we only have so much juju, we only have so much time, we have so much focus, so much energy that we can pour into things. And if you're not putting all your energy in one direction, it's scattered and then you don't move as fast. My closest friend, I spend 1 hour a week with every week. My closest friend. Like clockwork. It's my highest priority meeting. It is something that brings me joy. And we get lots of exchange with one another. He's the one who helps me write my books, Dr. Cashy. Dr. Cashy here. I get a lot from that. Now, if I didn't get anything from that, over time, slow down the communication between us. But if it gets to a point where if someone's like so close that it would be obvious and a conversation needs to be had, I encourage you to just have it. You want to be a kind person. And the way you are kind is that you tell the truth. And you just be honest. And the easiest way that I can tell you to be honest is, when you talk about somebody behind their back, just say it to them. It's like, yeah, Sandra's been like all over the place lately. And she's like, I don't know, drinking a little bit too much. Sandra, you've been all over the place lately. You've been drinking a little bit too much. I'm just not sure if I want to associate with that right now. People just don't have the balls to do that. But if you do that, I promise you, you'll either have better relationships or you'll be done with this Mickey Mouse bullshit of not even being in a real relationship and not wanting to confront reality. Because you may have a shot at getting them to realize that they're not on the path that they wanted to be on. Because you were friends with them at some point. And so either your goals have changed or theirs have. If you listen to Kobe's interviews where he talks about his friends, he says very explicitly that he's willing to put everything on the altar for his dream. Now, some people make the argument that that's not, quote, healthy. The question that we're answering here is not how do we do healthy stuff. The question is how do we become the greatest? People will judge you on how you spend time, and their judgments are simply expressions that they would not spend their time the same way you do. Hey, you work a lot. And I could say, hey, you don't. To the same degree, it's like, you spend so much time with your kids. Right? If I say it like that, people are like, wait, no, I'm supposed to. It's only the supposed to that's the thing that gives all the emotional charge to these conversations. Otherwise, it's just observing reality. You can't expect to do the same thing everyone else is doing and then somehow achieve a different outcome. Once you have the vacuum of friends, because you'll probably have weeded people out, then the best thing to do is join communities. And then you'll make friends with people in those communities who have the same goals as you. And then if you crush it, because you understand that volume is the answer and time is the ingredient, you're going to rise in that community. And you'll gain more status and you'll start hanging out with the people who are at the top of that community, and then you can leapfrog into other communities. It's just lunch tables on steroids. I've wanted to live a rare life, and so I will have to be surrounded by rare people, and rare people are by definition rare. They're not common. My hope is that the people that I meet now are trying to go all the way with me. I want to do epic shit. If I die and don't do epic shit, I will be bummed. How much am I willing to endure or sacrifice in order to maintain that relationship that I have with my dream? If I have many, many friends over different seasons, I'm totally cool with that. Thank you for that season. It was awesome. I don't believe things need to be forever to be good. And it's only the romantic story that we were told of friends for life, etc. If you die with one good friend or two good friends, like, you've had a really good life.
All right.
That was a lot. Okay. I like the part that he's saying that we need to be more direct to people and stop shooting around the bush.
Yeah, sugarcoating.
I do that. I do it because I don't like to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes I need a vent. And then when I say something, I'm like, that person isn't so bad, but they have this. But at the same time, it's like, if you're more direct, that severs the relationship or can make the relationship tighter. They see where you're coming from, and that might fix things. But what else? I think that's it. That's all I remembered from that conversation, unless you can spike something up. It looked like you froze. You were so stiff.
Yeah, no. See, that's I was listening. I was letting you talk. I was letting you find your words. Yeah.
See, this is where I'm gonna need help. It's like, I'll explain something.
Yeah.
You gotta come back at me, and then you gotta kind of jump into the next topic a little bit, because certain things bounce out.
We're good, bro. Hold on, wait. There you go.
Back it up.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Right there.
Yeah.
Man, look at you. Always come prepared.
Well, this is for an 8-minute video. Good thing this wasn't an hour-long video.
We'll get there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get there, but this is a conversation. It's simply a conversation, man, between two good homies. So he's like, so that last part, and what I did was I broke them down in 5 sections each. There's 3 sections, but I broke out 5 points to cover, 5 points that we want to go over. So in this one is who's around you right now, not adding in your growth. Right, that was the takeaway from that part that I was getting. So it's like he talked about his friend. We owe no debts to old friends. Right.
Yep.
He talked about how this gym teacher helped him out, got him swole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah. He got him swole. Big. And then, YouTube or the internet, they always do their thing. They sneeze. What was that?
It was coming. I lost it.
Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Did you sneeze?
No, I sneezed out of my butt. I'm trying to think.
Did it go?
No, so his coach got him, swollen and all that crap. And then after a few months, he just wanted him to talk about it for 2 hours a week.
Well, yeah. What happened is he told the story about the coach that really helped him get into fitness, that really got him into fitness. And he didn't get him swole, but he pointed him down the path and kind of like, just was there working with him. And then, the internet did its thing. They heard the story. They found the teacher. They connected the two back again. And the teacher was like, man, it's so glad to see you. Look, I don't want nothing from you. I just want 2 hours out of your week. And he was like, you want what?
I'm going to talk to my mom for 2 hours.
Well, and this is something that I've been hearing. It's not like I've only been down this path for the better half of 4 months, going on to 5 months now, of this self-improvement path of trying to do something better with my life. And the more you pay attention to the thoughts of successful people, the more you find out how they value time infinitely more than money, because time is the one commodity we never can get back.
So is that why you started to time everything now?
Yes.
I'm so reckless with time
because
and money. But I will change that.
Well, see, it's those I am statements, right? I am so this, I am so that, or I am this, I am that. That's what he was talking about earlier. When you get around old friends, they'd be like, "You're always late." Oh man, he never gets anywhere on time. Like when I go over and visit Terry's like my brother. I go and visit him. You're always late. And we purposely, like, we don't even make an effort to show up on time for some of the stuff. I'm not all the time, but it's like, because I know he's going to be like, I'm late. And I don't feel like proving to anybody. I don't have to prove to him that I'm going to be early. But is that wrong? I don't know. I'm just like, you know what? I don't owe him anything, and then when I show up, he's like, yeah, you're late as usual. I'm like, I sure am. At your place.
Nothing changed.
But because he's like family though. We've been knowing each other for years. He's like family, and with family, you just be like, look, I'm not even trying to live up to any kind of reputation that you're dangling over my head. Just all right, yeah, it is. I'm late today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Terry, if you ever watch this, we don't purposely show up late. It's just it happens. But time is a very, very precious commodity to those who are successful, because you can't get back time. You can always get money back. Always get money. Always. You cannot reverse time.
Yeah, I think after 2020, I lost a lot of time with the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
It messed up a lot of people and their time perception and money, everything. I feel like really 2 years, right when I turned 40, I don't spend that much time with the family. I'm always working, trying to pay off bills, catch up on bills. And that's all I think about is paying these bills, supporting the family. And if I spend time with my family, I'm going to be sinking. So it's like, my way of working is to keep afloat, keep the family afloat. Because if I stop and I try to spend time with them, we're going to sink. So that's kind of my mentality. I don't know how else to fix it.
Well, you can fix it. And one thing you have to realize, that you got to stop living in survival mode, right? I hear this all the time. My wife talks about this all the time. My wife is a psychotherapist. She's a licensed psychotherapist. She's a neuroscientist, smartest lady I ever met. Beautiful librarian.
The link's down in her contact information in the link below.
Well, she can only practice therapy in South Florida. So if you don't live in South Florida, sorry. But either way, my wife, she talks about and I'm gonna screw this up, but the flight or fight. Yeah. But it's called parasympathetic or sympathetic nervous system. And when you're in that constant survival mode, you never get a rest. You never calm down. So like I was telling you the other night, I was like, bro, give your family 20 minutes and come back. But go and give it. Why? You don't get back time. When you realize that time is all you have, you only get one shot at this in life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you get one family. Sometimes you get two families, depending on what you're doing. But
I'm like, what are you talking about?
You only get one family. You only get one family.
No, I get it.
So you want to spend that time with your family as much as you possibly can and get out of this survival mode. But that's why we're doing this. It's cathartic. We get to kind of chill out, watch videos that cathartic. It basically means that it feels good. It makes you you feel
lethargic.
lethargic, cathartic. Yeah, it's kind of similar, but it's basically good for you. You know, it makes you feel better. It's talking with a friend, right? We have two similar interests. We have similar interests. We're talking about stuff, and we're using it to help other people who don't have friends with similar interests. You know, it's like he was saying, you know, friends are not willing to grow with you, right? He did mention that some friends aren't willing to grow with you. And when you do find a friend that will grow with you, bro, why not? And you know,
sky's the limit.
Yeah. And so the video started off was, you know, old friends can keep you poor. And then old friends can keep you in this place where you don't want to be. So you either got to find new friends, right? And finding people who are going to grow you and challenge you and get you to move out of your space, not be pushy, but you know, just enough to kind of challenge you to fight back. You know, just don't let life just beat you up. Fight life back. Hey, let's fight it together. We're friends. And you know, I'm mad I didn't write this down, but there's a Bible verse that says iron sharpens iron, and it talked about being around similar people who are sharp, who are on the same path you're on, and when two pieces of iron rubs together, they actually sharpen each other. That's why you got that piece in the kitchen, that little thingy that you use with the knife, and you just sharpen it. You're literally using another metal to sharpen metal. Man, when you get two people that got the same frame of mind and they just do something, bro, come on.
That's going to be awesome. That's going to be us. That is us.
Yeah, right. And so he said something about being blunt. Well, not being blunt, but just telling the person instead of like talking behind your friend's back. Like, you know, I didn't talk behind your back at all. You know, me and you always had conversations, and I'm like, bro, this is what I'm doing. You're like, man, I wish I could do something. I'm like,
yeah, we always had disagreements, but you were always open and willing. We both willing to compromise and listen to each other respectfully. And that's why we've always been really good friends.
Yeah. So. And it's like for you don't really have too many friends that you're like, man, you know, this person's really going down. Let me help bring them up. And, you know, I have a friend. He may watch this video. He may not watch this video. And he recently got let go of a job that he was at for 16 years. Wow. And, you know, I told him in a way, like, man, I'm happy that this happened. Yay. Yeah. Now you can move on to something better, you know?
Yeah.
And I literally, like, within 2 days, I had him a job at my place, and he chose to go right back to the place that fired him. Same pay.
That's crazy though.
Same
the thing
everything.
Is, then you don't change. You stay like stagnant. You need to, maybe that was God's way of getting you out of a terrible situation and saying, hey, it's time to grow and change and find something else.
Yeah.
And change direction. Hey, that happened to me. I was at Winn-Dixie. I was there for about a year and a half, 2 years. I didn't really like it. What happened? I went to a car dealership. Didn't like that one either, but it paid a little bit better. And I just felt like that was it. Like I was going to be this car washer, this car. You know, when they sell the cars, I had to go get it, clean it up, prepare it, and bring it back to the customer. And doing that for like a few months, I didn't feel like I could have done anything because of my schooling. But I crashed my car, total loss. I couldn't get there anymore. So I ended up buying a cheap car. I had to work closer, got a job at Pier 1. Didn't like that, but everything happens for a reason. And that's where I met a future coworker. That's right.
Yeah.
And he changed my life. And I got a career. I actually went to school and dropped out of it because I didn't think it was my thing. But he fixed I fixed the computers for them and saw the CAD, and then from that point on, it changed my life.
Yeah.
In 22 years, I've been doing this, and it makes good money and good side money.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, if you stay in the same spot, you're not going to grow, and life is going to get more difficult, I think.
Bro. And I feel, I was talking to another mutual friend of ours, and he was like, yeah, man, it's just that's where he's comfortable. And I'm like, how much more comfort do you have in life and see, that's another thing that I've been learning, that when they say, people are just comfortable and they want security. Well, you don't get to live life when you just want to be comfortable and you want security, because you don't risk doing anything. You just, bro, for 16
you're in the safe zone.
Yeah, basically. For 16 years. And when I tell you, I'm like, at your age, you should be here, and you and I are discovering, like, at our age, we should be somewhere different, not here, not doing this day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? This same old until we die, and we struggle, and you know what I mean? So it's like we're reaching for something more, and then just to see him not even take advantage. Like, bro, when I tell you I had him another job, not even 2 days. It was like a day and a half.
Bro, and your place to work at is
easy.
Awesome. Because you're at a company where the guy just doesn't really care. He just wants you to work, and you do.
No, he cares.
He cares.
He's just very cool to work for.
Yeah.
He's not one of those people. He's a man of many chances. He's not like, one and done, like most companies are. He's like, give him a second chance. Give him a third chance. Give him a fourth chance. Yeah, all right, we're on chance number 16. I think this one, he's like, all right, let him go.
Yeah.
But, that's why I was like, yo, just come here.
Yeah. And you get to learn a new trade, which will be more money. And you get to meet more people, more connections, and your life will be better. It's good to have change in life.
And, and like I said, like Alex said, instead of talking behind the person back, be blunt, or that's my word, blunt, but just tell them. And I told him, I was like, bro, that's like, you being in an abusive relationship and you going back to the person that just kicked you in the face. Yeah, but they love me. No, they just literally fired you for some junk.
No, and they don't care.
And he went back Saturday.
He went back
Saturday.
Oh man.
And I'm like, wait. And one of my big things, I'm like, bro, you get your nights and weekends back. He was like, nope.
Dude,
I said, you would only work one Saturday a month here. Nope. It's because he's afraid of the change. He got caught up in that fear of, this is what I've been doing. They're going to let me come back. This is
all I know, and this is where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I get it. You feel comfortable. I totally get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the new place, you meet, I feel like, what was it for me? It was, I was scared of what the person would think about me, because can't really articulate too well sometimes. So what I do is I throw out my skills. Throw out my skills, like, hey, I'm good at computers, good at this, and good at. You find me something that I can fit into, and whatever. And then we just start talking, and then before we know it, they're like, yo, you're really cool to work. You talk to, blah blah blah. We got a job for you. Come on in. This is how it is. Don't worry about your dress. Just look pretty, decent. And then you get the feel for him, and then it just works. And you're like, why the heck did I even stay at the other job?
Yeah.
I wasted all that time at this place. I could have been here already. And yeah, he definitely needs to change. So how old is your friend?
Same age as you, man.
42. And how long has he been there? You said 16 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
And without giving away any more of his information, it's at a retail store.
Oh wow.
So the retail gives you no life. Gives you
Retail, I think,
no
is like,
life.
yeah.
You know, but I just want more for him because he's like been my friend for years. You know, I want more for him because I'm like, bro, you can do more. You can be more. I'm like, come on. And anywhere. And I, like I said, I was talking with a mutual friend about it. And, you know, I told him, I said, bro, I've always been about family. When I said, since we was kids, every time when we started working, I was the first one to get a job anywhere. And I was like, hey, come on. I got him in, got him in, got him in, got them in. And then when I moved to Colorado, I'm like, come on. Went with me, got in on the job up there. When
They
I
went
came,
to Colorado too?
yeah. Bro,
Oh, wow.
whenever I do something, I bring family with me. When I deem somebody family, you're coming with. And, you know, and like I said, the mutual friend was like, yeah, man, your record is spotless. Like even when I came back from Colorado, it was some years in between, I had got promoted to regional manager of that place I was working for. I can't remember the name of the company. But we was doing service merchandising in the store, and that was as close as I could get to retail without it actually being retail. So we worked in the stores, but we didn't work for the stores. When I made regional manager, I'm like, come on, family. Come on in.
Oh.
Man, I landed them all a job. I interviewed one of them. Matter of fact, I was in my interview for becoming a regional manager when the mutual friend walks in, and we looked at each other, and the manager that was interviewing me was like, you know that guy? I said, yeah. He was like, y'all friends? I was like, yeah, we worked with each other before. We're good. He was like, would you vouch for him? I said, definitely. He's a good worker. He's a hard worker. You know what he did? He turned around, signaled to the other guy, and went, he's in.
Oh wow. See?
Bro.
And that's the best. If you have a friend already in the business telling you, hey, this is good, he's not going to throw you in a business that's not safe. That's stupid.
And
He's not your friend.
No, he's not your friend. He's not your friend. But
he's looking out for you. He's saying, yo, this is a safe area and you can grow and learn new things and expand your brain.
But you know what? To his credit, he did the one that I was talking about, the one who didn't take the job. He got into. I bought him over there too, and he ended up with another manager who was like that other guy we used to work for, the bald headed one over at the last job we just left.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Can't Count.
Oh yeah.
So he was similar to him, but a little bit more how you say, worse. I don't know how else to say it. And he ended up being under his management, and of course that guy fired him. And when he fired him, he actually went back to where he is now and has been there ever since, until a couple of weeks ago when they fired him. Now he's back again. And
I'm gonna have him fired this weekend,
bro. And you know,
who's friends with Roger? Oh yeah, I want this guy fired.
I want this guy.
Hey, now come with me. I'm gonna walk you to another business.
Well, see, you know, it's like, and I understand where he is in life. You know, like I said, he's been my friend for years, and years, and I don't ever want to see anything bad happen to him. And you know, I have nothing but love for him. I just want more for him, like I want for any of my friends, like I want for you, I want for our mutual friends, anybody that's really close to me, anybody that I deem family. I want more for you. You know what I'm saying?
And you've known Roger for years. He's never steered you wrong. You gotta trust him. I mean,
it's not
I'm
that he
telling
doesn't.
you,
It's not that he doesn't trust me. It's not that he doesn't trust me.
He's scared of the change.
He doesn't trust himself. And that's what it boils down to a lot of people. And, you know, people make these decisions, or they stay in a safe zone because they're unwilling to take a risk on themselves. Like, if when I started this whole path that we're on, like we're doing this podcast, we're making videos, right? Well, it took a lot of trust in me to do this, right? Because you remember, I was doing this for like 4 months by myself, and you was like, "Man, you're gonna do it. You keep going." And I'm like, "Yep, I'm gonna do this somehow." And I didn't know how, but I just kept pushing forward because I trust myself, you know?
Yeah.
And I had to do some exercises to get me to trust myself. I had to put myself out there.
Mental exercise, right?
That and what was it? Oh, I did a drawing for, you remember that other podcast I was telling you about, that show with the dog man and stuff like that? I love.
Oh yeah.
For those who are like just meeting me, I'm pretty sure because this is episode 1. I'm really into, like, Halloween is my time of year, and it's not because of the creepy stuff, but I just love like the unexplained, you know, the ghosts, the werewolves or Bigfoot, stuff like that just draws my attention. I like it. It's just fun for me. So I listened to this other show, and I think it was the week as I started like this journey and I got everything laid out how I wanted to do, I was approached by them to do some artwork for them. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? And when I tell you I was always that person you don't want to give artwork to, because I mean, I can draw, I can make a pretty picture.
You're awesome at drawing.
But
his drawings are awesome, phenomenal.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. You know, it's like I can make a pretty picture, but you know, I was never that guy that can get stuff done. You know, I was like, you give it to me and I'll work on it a little bit, and then you know, I lose interest, and it was just hard.
No, what it is when you get it turned into a job.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Yes,
if you're like, hey Roger, hey, do you think you could draw this for me? You know, whatever. Just can you draw this? And you just leave it like that. He'll do it.
Well,
but when you say, hey, listen, can you draw this for a competition that we have in 2 weeks?
Nope.
I totally get. Yeah. No, it's like your brain just like shuts off or something. You freak out or something.
Well, you know, I had changed that. And I took that opportunity to change it, because not only was it a show that I got plenty of value out of, because this is what I listen to, this entertains me, right? But the show host personally reached out to me, right? Now I'm starting on this journey to do stuff. I didn't know what it was at first, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be successful at it. Wait, you're asking me to do what now? Right now? Like, as I'm starting this, like right now? I told myself I could tell him no, or I can use this as a proving factor that I can get stuff done. And if I could do this, I could do anything.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So what I did, I found the most intelligent way to succeed. I called up his co-host and was like, look, he's not able to give me time. You need to give me time. Co-host couldn't give me time. So they had a third person who was mutually friends with both of him. And me and that guy sat on like a video call type deal. And he watched me sketch this, and I sketched it out. Me and him went back and forth. I like this. I don't like that. Let's change this. Let's do that. Because he needed it within like 3 to 4 days. And something like that would have taken me months to do. And I did it within 3 to 4 days. Long story short, I got everything done, given to them. I gave them everything they needed, and they had banners made, whatever the case may be. And I was so taken aback by the fact that I actually set out to accomplish something and did it. And then I trusted myself from there.
Yeah.
I said, if I can
I remember that day.
Yeah. I told you about that.
The feeling, you're like, Dave, look what I did. I did this. And I was like, yo, you got it done in the amount of time. You're like, yeah. So I checked it out. It was awesome. The picture is perfect.
Yeah.
And I just saw his charisma. And he just like lit up. Or maybe I used it at the wrong spot. He was just so happy. Just so... he just was different. Like from that point on, he changed his mindset and definitely changed.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had to, because I had to grow. I had to get out that box. And, it's about growing. It's another thing, a point that we need to get back on point here. Video editing is so good. It's going to be so fun to like do this. Like, it's going to be so fun to be like, now I got to cut out 90%. Nah, let me stop.
Yeah.
How do we become the greatest? Right. And, I want to mix these two together. It's how do we become the greatest, and how much do you love your dream? Right. So, moving on from the whole friendship thing, even though this is contained with it, about pushing away friendships that don't work. I would never push away a friend like that, because it's something that they have to battle through. Now, like you, I don't really have friends that drag me down. I do have some friends, which is probably like maybe one, that you just can't tell stuff to. Like, man, I really want to do this. And that friend would be like, you'll never get anywhere with that. Just do something else. That's the friend you don't tell anything to. I can say I have one like that, and I tend to keep that friend out of all my business and just let them watch the replays. When they watch the replays, they're gonna be like, bro, I didn't know you was doing that. Well, yeah, this is what's going on. Well, how come you didn't tell me? Because I didn't want you to knock it down.
No, that's what I was telling you about. Normally I get excited for telling people what I'm doing and what this journey is. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this under wraps. And let it speak for itself later.
When I tell
I didn't know you did.
When I tell you was notorious for that, and to see you when I told my wife, I was like, yo, David didn't say anything. My wife got chills. Like I got goosebumps when you told me. You like, I didn't tell anybody anything. I was like, you didn't say anything? I was like, oh man, this is great, man. This is gonna work. Yes. We're good.
I'm like super excited. I've whenever I blab about something, it's like almost like if I say it, I already accomplished it. So it's like, But then with this, what we have going, it's like I didn't say anything. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm like, I haven't completed it yet. I think it's one of those things, like if I say it in my head, it's like, oh, I already did it. So it's like, so I lose interest. So when you told me about this journey to start with you, I was like, okay, cool. I can see this working. And, it was just like a no-brainer for me. And this is a way to change my life, change your life, and our family's lives.
Oh yeah.
And it was a no-brainer. It's you have to make changes in life sometimes, so why not?
Yeah, man, we're on that side quest, and I want to encourage everybody to take a side quest in life, because you know what? Setting this up was not easy. Him and I met 2 weeks ago? This is our third attempt. And I told him, I was like, we're filming tomorrow. He was like, we are? We're filming tomorrow. And I'm like, bro, don't even worry about it, man. We're going to have a conversation. And he showed up the next day and was like, come on, let's do this. And we could not do anything. We had to set the programs up. We couldn't figure out how to talk. We literally did not know how to connect our computers. The amount of experience of tech that him and I have between each other, I told him and I can run a small studio. And it took us 3 weeks to figure all of this stuff out. But I thank God for that time, because I grew in that time. He grew in that time, and it's cool. It's amazing that we can actually get together, share our thoughts and opinions, because I told him, I said, hey, look, let's take a look at these videos and just kind of like give our takeaway on it. Right. And I'll send him videos, and I know he didn't have time to watch it. Like when I came to Dave, this was like the absolute busiest 3 weeks of his life. And somehow we're here today.
Yeah, he called me. Hey, I want to start something with you. I'm like, oh no, that's not what you did. You said uh something along the lines about podcast and what do you think is missing or something like that. I can't remember. I was like, I don't know. Doing a podcast by yourself, what's missing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably screwing that up. But then you're like, us, we need to bring it together. It'll be, better because we feed off of each other. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. And
Yeah.
then it was just one of those things that I would be like, oh, okay, yeah. In my head, I was like, no, like this isn't my cup of tea. And then he's like, I want to meet up with you tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. On over, we'll talk. 30 minutes, an hour. What was it? Like 3, 4
Yeah,
hours?
about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because I had
And
to
I
pick
was
up
like,
my
oh my,
daughter from school. Yeah.
it was long, but it was very detailed. He had everything laid out. And then he's like, okay, one more thing. We're starting tomorrow. I'm like, oh, like, no. Like in my head, I'm like, now I kind of like was freaking out. I was
Yeah.
panicking. I didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
didn't want to let him down. And I'm like, you know what? And he's like, your thing's ever going to take off unless you say I'm going to start tomorrow. You got to do it tomorrow, and you got to keep that momentum. And yeah, it worked. And he's like, we're going to meet Wednesdays and Sundays. Okay. So Wednesday came. I kept on my promise, and you know it's been working. So
So far.
yeah,
It's going to keep working, man, because you know what? The more we show up, the more we do this, the more somebody else can like see us trying and be like,
yeah,
let's try too. Because honestly, man, it's like trying to become an entrepreneur or trying to just start a business or do anything, it could get very lonely very fast. I told you that, like, how, like, whoa, you're like, hey, you got me. I'm like, man, yeah, you know what? I got you. Right. And he
yeah.
always picked up the phone, except for like, depending on if he had to work or anything. But,
Too busy
you
all the
know,
time.
and I was so stoked when I found this video by Alex Hormozy, because he's like, why old friends keep you poor. And I'm like, you know what?
I don't keep you poor. Keep you rich.
You keep me rich, bitch. No, let me stop. So let's do this. Let's do a quick takeaway. This was my takeaway, right? So the main, let's say, points, like I got 2 points that Alex touched on, and then a third one that he kind of snuck in there, but he didn't really expound on, right? And that's where I find myself at on this third point. But the first 2 points was get rid of friends that don't move you forward, right?
Yep.
I think that was Coco.
Sorry.
No, you're
Yeah,
good,
Coco
bro.
agrees.
Yeah.
Coco agrees.
Coco's like, yeah, keep that. And, all right. And then, change friends or upgrade friends, or changing friends or upgrading your friendship requirements. So the main takeaways that he was giving was like, hey, this friend doesn't move you. They keep holding you back. They're expecting you to live this life that you don't no longer live. Let's dissolve this relationship or put some distance. Yeah. And then the second was upgrading your requirements for friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. You could be my friend, but what do you bring to the table? And, you hear successful people talk about this all the time. Oh, I don't hang out with these type of people or these type of personalities because they don't, give, or there's no reciprocation
Positive.
of
Support.
and that transactional friendship type. Yeah. But there was a third type, like I said, that he snuck in, and this is where I'm sitting at. So I think all three are valid. Getting rid of friends that don't move you forward, and upgrading your friendship requirements, but also taking the friends with you that want to grow. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at. Because when I talk to Dave, he's always said, oh man, I want to do something more. And I'm like, man, you could do it, Dave. Just find your lane and get in it. And he'll tell you, I gave him idea after idea. As I was doing my thing, I'm like, you'll find something to do, or you could do something. You and your wife can do something. You guys got this. And it wasn't until I was sitting outside, that was that night I called him, I was like, he's been telling me he wants to do more. Why not do this with me? And like I said, my other friends, like the one that's at that job, he wouldn't do this. I got another friend, he wouldn't do this. It's not like I asked him. It's just that I know them well enough not to ask. Like, out of all of my friends, when I spoke to Dave about these things, and you'll know this when you start when you start growing mentally, when you start trying to make something out of yourself, you want to read more books, you want to go to bed on time, you want to get up early, you want to take notes, you want to actually have thoughts instead of just complaining about stuff. You want to find a different lane to get in. Dave would hear me talk about this and he would like be like, yeah, you know, this, and we would, you know, talk back and forth, but he definitely wanted a difference. And I'm in that third spot. I saw a friend that was willing to grow with me. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think your family, you coming with me.
Yeah, well, you've always been that support for me too, man. You've always like lifted me up, and that's good. I have friends that have always told me positive things, but you've definitely like pushed a lot, and it made me realize my true potential and stuff. And I just have good vibes with you all the time, and I think we'll this is definitely gonna take off.
Yeah, bro. So. Yeah. And you know what? I mean, we spent this entire episode just like hugging and kissing on each other. I mean, it's kind of time to stop doing that at this point.
Let's move on. We gotta have change.
But no, you know, I think it was very, very good that we had this, because this episode was about friendships that don't work. Get rid of them. Friendships that hold you back, put them to the side. Friendships that need some correcting, correct it. And friendships that can cultivate and grow, let's grow them. And I think this was the perfect episode for episode 1, because people need to understand, hey, this is a journey. And if you're trying to do anything, you don't want to do it alone. You may not have your wife, you may not have your husband, you may not have your best friend, but you're going to find somebody that you can have in your side pocket, somebody that you can call, somebody you can reach out to, somebody that can actually give you some input from your output, and vice versa. You're going to want to find that individual. You're going to want to cultivate that relationship and see how far you can expand it. I mean, Alex did say, hey, look, I'm looking, he said, I want to do epic, and if I don't do epic, then I'm going to be bummed. And you don't want to do epic stuff by yourself.
No.
You know, so.
Yeah, and we bounce stuff off each other all the time. And, you know, you got that verbal Aikido, where I'm still learning from you.
Yeah.
But
we're learning from each other, man. And you know what? For the people at home, if you can't find that person right now, just keep moving forward. They'll come. They'll show up. Because they'll show up. Because for 4 months, I didn't know it was going to be Dave. Had no clue.
You should have known that.
No, I didn't know. You was like, all right, man, I gotta go back to work. But Dave, I want to accomplish more in life. Yeah, all right, bro, I'll talk to you after. I think my couch is having a baby. All right, call you back.
By the way, we're starting tomorrow.
By the way, we're starting tomorrow. But man, this has been good. Look, we're an hour and 18 minutes in. We got through the whole video. We made it to the end. I told you it was a conversation. We're just friends having a conversation. Not bad at all. You know, This is good stuff, man. Real good stuff. So you have anything you want to?
I was making it bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
With the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, but the whole friends thing, holding on to those old friends.
Mm-hmm.
it depends if those are the good friends that have been always supporting you over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Hold on to those. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's always great to meet new friends because they open doors to new endeavors or
Yeah. New
something. Yeah.
possibilities.
Yeah.
All
So
kinds of
you grow
stuff.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, man. So how'd you like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think as we kept talking, I felt more comfortable a
Mm-hmm.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to get this guy to start.
Yeah. Well, you
It's like
can.
it's gonna be some time, but I know this is gonna be good for me because I'm gonna look back and be like, man, look at me, and look at me now.
Yeah,
That's what I can't wait to see the future me and
bro.
the future you, and
Yeah.
see how we grow
Yeah.
together.
Definitely, man. I'm telling you that's what it's about, bro. I'm telling you, having that outlook to get to where we want to go in life and striving to get there, it makes you feel so good. It's like I told you, I was like, I've lived more these past 4 months than I can say I've lived in years. Like I haven't
Yeah.
lived like this since I first met my wife. When I first met Kay. And that was 10 years ago, 11 years ago this December. And
Wow.
now I'm hitting like this new thing where it's like, man, I feel alive again because I'm doing something. I'm reaching for something. I'm trying to get somewhere. And, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to keep going down this path because I keep saying it, 10 years are going to pass anyway. Might as well.
Yeah, but I like that these topics that you pick.
Mhm.
Eventually, I'll find some topics myself, and then we can talk about that. And we just talk. And when we talk, we help other people get through their personal lives
Mhm.
with maybe similar circumstances that we had. And we
Mhm.
help them get through it, or or whatever happened to you, or maybe we could check out the comments,
Mhm.
and see what people have gone through. Maybe we can, bring them in the show. Maybe that'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, if anybody want to leave anything in the comments, please let us know. Wait, where are you in your journey? Write it in the comments below. Where are you in your journey? Are you even on a journey? Did you just happen to stumble on this video because our faces look funny? I don't know. I don't know what you saw. I don't know what made you click on this video. But if you clicked on it, what's up?
It's gone.
Oh, that pimple you had on the side.
There's a bonus video at the end of this.
It's a bonus video. Yeah, but whatever made you watch this, I don't know if it was Alex or what, but we're just two normal guys trying to make it in this world. We're trying to do something different. We're trying to enrich our lives more, and we want to invite anybody who's willing to enrich their own lives along with us for the journey. And we're scrubbing. Like, this is like what, year 2 of Batman, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we want to get to the Bruce Wayne status, but right now we're just like figuring out how to climb on rooftops.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but we're
gonna get there.
Yeah, and we want to bring positivity to people. We don't want to be negative. I mean, I know we got a little, there's gonna be some hills and valleys here and there, but we always want to bring a positive aspect as well, because this world can be so negative and it can be full of just trash all the time. So we want to kind of like help uplift and just bring some joy. I mean,
it's so easy to be negative. It's harder to
is.
be happy.
Yeah.
And I've always struggled with that because I'm always like, oh, my life sucks sometimes. But Roger opened up my eyes. He's like, you got 2 beautiful children, you got a beautiful wife, your kids are healthy. That's all that should matter. Is like your family, you're alive. You have a roof over your head. You should be grateful.
Right. So. Hey, it is what it is, man. We're grateful for everything we get. And if you ain't grateful, what are you? I don't know what you are, but still, hey. But bro, I've had fun. I don't know what your schedule is like. It's 10:42.
I know my wife's in the shower. I want to get in there. Come on.
You go right ahead and get in that shower. I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop here. We're at 1 hour and 23 minutes of recording.